For any ambitious young man, not reaching your full potential can be one of the scariest things imaginable. You have all these dreams and aspirations, but you don't know where to start or how to achieve them. Or maybe you've started, but nothing ever seems to fall into place for you. Dr. Maxwell Maltz discovered the self-image concept. He was a plastic surgeon, and when he removed scarring on the face, a great psychological change would happen in the person, and came to the conclusion that we must have two images, an exterior image and an interior self-image. He then wrote the book Psycho-Cybernetics about the topic. Psycho being the mind, and cybernetics being the science of control and communication. Every one of us has an image in their mind about themselves called the self-image. The reality we live in, the job we have, the relationships we have, how we present ourselves, how we carry ourselves, etc. are all a result of our inner self-image. As we alter this image, everything outside begins to change. Because how we view ourselves is responsible for the way we act. Changing your external world without changing your internal world first is as foolish as trying to change the reflection of a mirror without changing the physical appearance. Bob Proctor. A lot of what we think about ourselves is created from the image that others impose onto us, who they think we are, who they paint us to be, the words they speak to us, and we tend to believe those things, and oftentimes it's not self-imposed. Too many people don't know much about themselves. They don't have a healthy relationship with themselves, so they don't have a good self-image. This is why people don't attempt to do anything of any great consequence because they don't think they can. So in order to change our reality and the life we live, we first need to change our self-image and the way that we view ourselves. Changing our self-image means we will need to spend time alone without distractions. Let your body relax and build the image in your mind of how you would like to see yourself. As Bob Proctor describes, we become what we think about. Therefore, if you have created a negative self-image, it is because of a negative thought pattern. And if you have created a positive self-image, it's due to creating a positive relationship with yourself and developing a positive thought pattern. You have to believe you can achieve, otherwise you won't achieve. You have to view yourself as the type of person that can get those results, otherwise how will you ever achieve if you never have the belief that you can do it? All it comes down to is viewing yourself differently and beginning to think different thoughts about yourself. This is often why obese people struggle to lose weight, because their self-image hasn't changed. They view themselves as an obese person still, which shows that yes, a personal trainer can help you lose weight, but they can't help you remain at that point. Your self-image must change, and the way that you view yourself must change if you want to see permanent change in your life. This is a truth. If you don't believe me, I'll give you a few examples of how changing self-image will change your reality and what happens when you don't change it. Example 1 is the contestants of the TV show The Biggest Loser. People will say it's down to metabolism for why contestants tend to gain all their weight back after the show is finished, but it isn't. The people on the show made the physical change, but never changed how they viewed themselves. So once the show was finished, most would put weight back on because they view themselves as someone that is obese still. Another example of this is in bodybuilding. Prior to working out, most bodybuilders can only attract low quality women. They then change who they are physically, but you'll see a lot of them still go for lower quality women because they don't change their self-image. So the biggest question you have to ask yourself is, are you willing to change your self-image? Are you willing to change the image you once held about yourself in order to create a better outcome for your reality? In order to change your self-image, it's about changing how you view yourself and understanding who you are at this current point of time in your life in order to make that change. You must have self-awareness to know who you are as a person, what makes you, you. As well, there should be nothing that someone else can tell you about you that you don't already know about yourself. Don't just block out your internal dialogue through mindless consumption. So understand who you are right now, the person that you are at your core. Study yourself, spend time alone to develop a better relationship with yourself, and understand what direction you want to go in your life. Then understand how you'd like to see yourself acting in your life relating to other people your social life, how you want to view yourself in the ideal world, understand the person you would be if you lived your ideal life, and what actions you would take every day if you were the ideal version of yourself. Describe that picture, describe it, write it down in the present tense. How would you like to see yourself? Describing this ideal life might be a lie to us at the current point of our life because it isn't our current reality. But if you see, consume, and read it enough, you'll start to believe that it is your reality, which will help you to begin to change your perception about yourself. You must also understand that your subconscious mind controls your behavior. So it's important to understand and be conscious about what you're feeding your subconscious. For example, a lot of people consume drill music, and as a result, they start thinking that being a degenerate is acceptable because they feed it to their minds all the time, and they start to believe that they are someone that lives that lifestyle. So you have to replace the self-image that you keep at the subconscious level. The words you speak and the way you speak is also important when it comes to building a positive self-image and relationship with yourself. So you must change your thoughts and your thought patterns, as well as the way you speak, to change the way that you think, which will change the way that you act and the actions you take. Changing your physical appearance and the way that you act can be a good starting point because this is still change, but you must also work on yourself internally. If you want to become a confident young man, what type of self-image would a confident young man have? How would they act? What would they do? How would they carry themselves? What type of man would they picture themselves to be? How would their social skills be? What type of physique would they have? They probably wouldn't be someone that sits on the computer all day with bad posture, with a bad diet, bad hygiene, bad health, etc. They'd be successful in their field, dress well, smell nice, have good social skills, have good mannerisms, know how to take care of themselves mentally and physically, know what to say at the right times, etc. So act as if you are that person that has what you want already. So you have to replace your old way of thinking with a new positive way of thinking. You have to understand that you are capable of doing what you want, but are you willing to do what it takes to achieve what you want? When you change your self-image, you change your reality. Bob Proctor teaches that our outer world is a reflection of our inner world. As you cultivate a positive self-image, you attract opportunities, relationships, and experiences that align with the newly crafted version of yourself. His teachings on self-image remind us that we have the power to shape our lives by changing how we perceive ourselves. By embracing a positive self-image, challenging limiting beliefs, and taking intentional actions, we can live life to its fullest and create a life filled with purpose, success, and intention.